First-time WTA finalists Tjen, Rakotomanga Rajaonah to meet in São Paulo final. The tennis world has a peculiar magic, one that often saves its most dramatic chapters for moments when the spotlight seems the least expectant. São Paulo 2025, a modest stop in the WTA calendar, was never predicted to deliver seismic shocks. Yet here we are, two FaceTime finalists, Tjen of Indonesia and Tjen Rakotomanga Rajaonah of France, standing on the precipice of career-defining glory. Neither had ever advanced this far on the professional tour. Neither had been granted the luxury of being considered the favorite. And yet, together, they have carved a storyline that embodies the very essence of tennis, dreams blooming in unlikely soil, talent rising against the weight of expectation, and new faces daring to announce themselves to the world. This is not merely a final. It is the birth of possibility. Chapter 1. The Road Less Predicted. Every tournament begins with a draw. To casual fans, it's a set of names and numbers. To players, it's destiny taking shape in black ink. Few predicted Tjen or Rakotomanga Rajaonah to last beyond the opening days. São Paulo was stacked with mid-ranked veterans, tour-hardened players looking to pad their resumes or youngsters trying to rebuild confidence. Tjen arrived with quiet resilience. At 23, she had been a staple of college tennis in the United States before fully committing to the professional tour. Her journey was not linear. She fought through ITF circuits, doubles partnerships, and injury interruptions. Yet what defined her in São Paulo was a refusal to blink when pressure came calling. In her quarterfinal match against Alexandra Ila, a rising star from the Philippines, Tjen held off a late surge, sealing victory with a gutsy forehand winner down the line. On the other half, Tjen Rakotomanga Rajaonah carried an aura of unpredictability. The French Malagasy talent, barely 21, was known more for her artistry than her consistency. Her game was a patchwork of flair, audacious drop shots, whippy angles, fearless net rushes. Sometimes, it unraveled. But in São Paulo, it came together like a symphony. She stunned a higher-seeded opponent in the second round, then bulldozed through the semifinals with poise rarely associated with someone so inexperienced at this stage. By the time the dust settled, the impossible had occurred. Two unseeded outsiders were left standing. The São Paulo crowd, hungry for fresh narratives, embraced the moment with fervor. Chapter 2. Echoes of History. Tennis, like all sports, loves its dynasties. The names etched into trophies, Williams, Sharapova, Henin, Serena, Osaka, dominate memory. But every dynasty begins with a breakthrough. Before champions are legends, they are rookies who dared to believe. Tjen and Tjen Rakotomanga Rajaonah now find themselves in that delicate liminal space, between anonymity and recognition, between potential and realization. Their final is not just about a trophy. It is about belonging. For Indonesia, Tjen represents more than a player. She symbolizes resurgence. Indonesian tennis has long awaited a figure who could inspire a new generation, someone to follow in the faint but important footsteps of Yayu Basuki, the nation's most successful female player. A win in São Paulo could reawaken interest across Jakarta, Surabaya, and beyond, reminding a proud sporting nation that its tennis story is far from over. For France, Rakotomanga Rajaonah is equally significant. French women's tennis has endured a curious drought. Since the golden days of Amélie Mauresmo and Marion Bartoli, titles have been rare. Tjen, with her French Malagasy heritage, brings not only talent but also diversity to the sport's fabric. Her eyes could inspire young players across Europe and Africa, blurring borders with the universal language of tennis. Chapter 3. Contrast and Style. If their stories converge, the games diverge. Tjen is discipline incarnate. Her baseline game is steady, constructed brick by brick. She thrives on extended rallies, forcing opponents into errors. Her forehand, while not the most explosive, carries precision. Her backhand, compact, reliable, is a silent weapon. More than anything, she exudes calm under pressure. In São Paulo, she saved match points not by swinging wildly, but by trusting her patterns. Rakotomanga Rajaonah, by contrast, is a firework. She plays as though rules are suggestions, not absolutes. Her slice forehand, deceptive, skidding low, often leaves opponents scrambling. She delights in improvisation, pulling off drop shots at improbable moments, charging the net when least expected. While this style risks collapse, it also electrifies crowds. In the final, fans can expect a clash not only of personalities but of philosophies. Tjen will seek to impose order. Rakotomanga Rajaonah will look to sow chaos. The trophy will go to whichever woman can tilt the balance her way. Chapter 4. The Weight of Fists. First-time finals are strange beasts. They are not just about tactics or stamina. They are about nerves, about managing the inner storm. Ask any champion, and they will recall their first final not for the trophy but for the trembling hands, the restless nights, the feeling that their entire future balanced on a single swing of the racket. For Tjen and Rakotomanga Rajaonah, these emotions are inevitable. The São Paulo final will test not only their skills but their capacity to believe they belong here. The court, suddenly grander, can feel like an arena. Every cheer, every silence, amplifies. Some players crumble, others transform. Chapter 5. The São Paulo Atmosphere. São Paulo is not Paris or New York. It does not carry the glitz of Wimbledon or the roar of Arthur Ashe. But what it lacks in scale, it makes up for in intimacy. The Brazilian crowd, passionate and noisy, has adopted these outsiders as their own. With no home player left, the final promises to be a carnival of impartial support. Cheers for winners, applause for risk, ovations for courage. For players accustomed to sparse ITF crowds, this energy can be intoxicating. Imagine walking out to chants echoing through the stadium, knowing that thousands of strangers have suddenly become believers in your journey. That is the magic São Paulo offers. Chapter 6. Beyond the Final. Regardless of who wins, the impact of this final stretches far beyond Sunday. For Janice Tjen, a victory would likely catapult her into the top 100, a dream she has chased for years. That ranking would open doors, main draws at Grand Slams, endorsements, recognition in Indonesia. Even a runner-up finish would mark her as one to watch. For Tjen or Rakotomanga Rajaonah, the stakes are similar yet distinct. At 21, she has more time. But time in tennis is both abundant and fleeting. A trophy could accelerate her path from promise to prominence. More importantly, it would validate her daring style, proving that artistry can triumph in a game often obsessed with power. Both women stand at the crossroads of their careers. São Paulo is not the destination, but it is a launching pad. Chapter 7. Imagining the Battle. Picture the scene. The match begins nervously. Tjen holds her first service game with disciplined baseline exchanges, steady as ever. Rakotomanga Rajaonah responds with flair, a wicked slice that draws gasps from the crowd. Early breaks are traded, tension visible in every clenched fist. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.